What's going on, people? Back with a bang. This is the money management. The sky is falling, but I'm back here to bring you guys another video today. So, how to survive the worst bear market of all time. Look, this is what I mean. The sky is falling. You see here, the Dow, Nasdaq, S&P, Russell, oil, all down, down, down. You're seeing all these stocks there recently viewed. Red, red, red. Fubo, green, which is one-off. But as you can see, there is a lot of news, a lot of worry, a lot of fear, uncertainty, doubt, all that stuff. Look, how low could the S&P 500 go? Looking for a stock market bottom. All these kind of things are going on around us, guys. And once again, it was an eventful week in the market, but also in the Discord. Now, in this kind of period, there are two things I want to highlight. One, you can take advantage of this sell-off by doing what we did in Discord and trade puts on things to make you money. Two, you can also invest in your long-term plays, which is definitely one thing I always highlight and I always remind you guys about. So just to put into perspective, guys, right now we're getting close to the all-time lows of this year. Sorry, all-time lows, the yearly lows. The yearly lows of this year happened back in the middle of June, and we reached about, I think, 362, just under 362 in the S&P 500. We'll pull up the chart in a second, but we're getting close to those levels again. But look, long-term, keep a good perspective. Long-term, we're most likely going up. So remember that. Now let's jump into the charts. And I did want to give a huge shout out to the Discord because you guys, well, we killed it this week. We killed it. I mean, in the Discord, we took advantage of trading puts. AMD, Apple, S&P 500, just to name a few. We took advantage. And now let's pull up the S&P 500, pull up SPY. We took advantage of this. And honestly, in this kind of market, like I mentioned, that's exactly what you should be doing. So here's the daily chart on SPY. Last week, in my last YouTube video that I uploaded, I mentioned the previous week we had broken two key levels. We broke 390 and then 380. That signaled very bearish momentum, a high potential of red to come up this week. And that's exactly what happened. We broke 370, well, we broke 380 properly, we broke 378, and then we trended all the way down to around 362 at one point. So this is what I mean. We're close to, the lows back in June. I'll be honest with you guys. I expect that within the next week or two. I do. And I've taken puts going into next week. I took the 367 put. We're at 367.95 right now. I think SPY is actually slightly up after market. But yeah, what I wanted to say is you guys can take advantage of these kind of stocks. At the beginning of the week, I made my watch list. I had American Airlines there, Tesla, Apple. I had a few different stocks there. And a lot of them did do what we expected. They bled. FOMC was Wednesday. When FOMC comes out, you've got to look at how things are trading. You've got to look at how the market reacts. We'll look at how SPY reacted a bit later on in this video. But again, I'm going to say it, guys. There's so much potential gains you can make in this market. Yesterday in the Discord, we had one of our best days. We had people doubling their portfolio. We had people making 900% on a play. People who had done swings for 2-3 days, making 1,000% gains. The callouts were hitting 200, 300, 400%. That is what is possible in this market with the puts. But at the same time, you need to manage your risk. Manage your risk. Now I'm going to put up Tesla to begin with because I just want to talk about Tesla because it was on my stocks to watch for this week. I highlighted a couple different important levels. At the beginning of the week, Tesla was just above 300. And I said if it fails to hold above 303 and it starts breaking down below 303 and 300, we could be on our way down to 298, 293, 278, and then 273. And now I'm not going to say I'm a magician. I'm not going to say I told you so. But look here. What did happen? Monday, we pushed up a little bit. But by Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we started to break below my levels. That is exactly what the watch list is for. I'm not saying I'm a magician. What I'm saying is look at the charts, read the charts, understand the charts. All I did this week, Monday, pre-market, pull up the daily chart. I looked at the levels, looked at the moving averages. Here I've got the 9 moving, the 21, and the 100-day exponential moving averages. I looked at the levels and I thought, if we break below 300, of course, if you get rejected, then break below 300, we're going back below the moving averages. We break below, the 293 level it was for me, 278 real quick, and then 273, which is what happened. Sometimes the charts are not going to give you exactly what you want. But with us having FOMC this Wednesday, you guys knew there is opportunity for red, which happens in a lot in FOMC. So the actual FOMC day itself was Wednesday. So that was the 21st. So here. And look, let's go to the 30-minute chart. Let's get a better indication of what actually happened Wednesday. Because it may have surprised many people. Now, I was actually out going to soccer at this point. But here we go. So FOMC was here, 2 p.m., pushed down, and then it started rallying. So it started to run up towards the 390 level, which is another key level, as I mentioned. And then after that, it sold off. But that's the funny thing about FOMC. You can't just directly trade the red. You've got to just kind of work around it, listen to what's being said, watch how the market reacts, and then make your plays by that. But if you did swing puts from the FOMC, which expired Friday, on SPY, you banked. Shout out to Face with the Greats, who turned $150 to over $1,028 with those SPY puts. Now, the SPY puts he got was a $373, and obviously he needed around a $17 drop to break even, which he got plenty more than. I also took this 373 puts. I'll just put my trade on screen, and I took them overnight. And as you can see, Sky gapped down Thursday to Friday, which was a blessing for us, and continued to drop and sell off all the way till 3 p.m. 3 p.m. it started to rally, and as it pushed up, I decided to take some SPY puts going into next week. I can't remember, did I take the 367 puts? I believe I did. I'll put it on screen so you guys can see it. But I am trusting that the market continues to bleed. Now, that doesn't mean you use buy puts which expire same day every single time. That might not be the strategy that works. But strategize properly, give yourself enough time, like Face of the Greats did. He wanted to get puts. He gave himself a 2-day expiration. Again, okay, it's not the biggest expiration, but he gave himself a 2-day expiration to let the move happen. If he had tried to make same day play on FOMC day, he would have lost money. He gave that extra 2 days was enough to help him bank like crazy. 1,000% gainer. Imagine turning $150 to over $1,000. I mean, an extra 2-day wait, I'll take that. Apple now is hovering around 150. It did break below 150 finally yesterday, but pushed back up towards the end of the day. I'm looking at the puts on Apple. If we can get it below $150 again, look at the drop down to around 145. I'll probably make another video with my watch list, for this week. If not, you'll see my whole watch list in the Discord as always, as it is every single week. But yeah, Apple, look for that 145 level. It could also be a double bottom here on the daily, so just be careful there, potentially, even though not sure. But yeah, just be careful if it does start to push up and bring the market up with it as well. Of course, we've got the oil sector, Exxon, Oxy, MRO. They gapped down Thursday to Friday as well, which was kind of surprising. As you guys probably know, when the market sells off harshly, oil, not saying it runs, but it manages to hold its own. That was not the case this time. But despite drop overnight, oil is now below the moving averages, and that's a bullish sign. Bearish sign, sorry. That is a red sign. There you go, Oxy as well. Gap down below the moving average on the daily chart. We're trying to find support. MRO, same thing, Marathon Oil Company. Gap down below the moving averages now. It was holding moving averages, holding tight to the moving average for the longest time. Look at the RSI, it shows it's oversold now. Let's find support and start uptrending. If you do want to trade these oil stocks, the ones I just mentioned, let's try and find support, key level of support, and then start trading upwards again and then get the calls. Otherwise, you just got to wait. We made a mistake in the Discord this week. Me and Sangwoo with the Oxy calls. Shout out Sangwoo. Unfortunately, we got in a bit too early with the $62 calls. Obviously, those got capped overnight. SPY puts did save me. For reference, the SPY puts I bought were around $244 each. By Friday, 1 hour before close, those were worth $970 something. So again, if you have got positions in different stocks, if you manage them properly, you should be able to come in away with profit in this market. Netflix is another one that I'm going to be eyeing this week. It had its nice run-ups for a while, and now we're back at 226. I'm looking for a drop down to around 215. That seemed to be a common level, common close level a few times within the past couple of months. So yeah, puts down to 215, I think, before we find the next support for Netflix. Then we've also got stocks like Costco, which reported earnings this week, FedEx, which reported earnings, dropped heavily as well. Here's Costco bleeding below the moving average, clearly bearish. FedEx, similar story. FedEx, as we discussed last week, had a similar issue to what Walmart had back in July, but FedEx has not recovered like Walmart. A lot of us got into FedEx calls. I'm in FedEx calls as well. Again, I can't remember which call I'm in. I think 165. I'll put it on the screen. I'm expecting this to start pushing back up. Not a huge jump, back to 200 ASAP, but you know, I'd say a push to 155, 160 this week. But who knows? It's not guaranteed to happen. So all in all, guys, it's been a very interesting week. Again, a very exciting week for those of us who do trade these markets and who are actively involved. Again, I want to give a huge shout out to the Discord because, you know, for those of you who are in the Royal Trading Academy, you guys know we've been putting in a lot of work for the past 9 months and preparing ourselves to trade in any market, absolutely any market. This is exactly what's happening now. But at the same time, it's long-term opportunities. Long-term opportunities. Here I have the VIX. VIX pushed up like crazy. VIX is still got that upside potential. Look at the RSI, it's starting to curl upwards again. There's still upside potential with the VIX. But yeah, as I said, guys, that's mainly it for today's video. Summarizing short, I'm looking at puts again for this upcoming week. As I was last week, we've broken some key levels. I'm trying to find those support zones, support levels. Until then, we just got to stick with it. Keep making our money on the daily off whatever the market gives us. Play those entries, play them smart. Let's see if we do see the new yearly lows this week. I would not be surprised at all. Also this week, I'll take a little bit of a step back this week because I'll be traveling, going to Spain. So obviously I won't be as involved in the markets, but I'll definitely still be in the Discord. Of course, the good thing about trading is you can do it from wherever. So remember that. And when you do trade, make sure you make that money and take those profits so you can at least eventually make more and more and continue to increase your portfolio worth. So that's it from me. As always, make sure you guys check out the Discord, as I've been talking about the Discord most of the time. We've got some exciting things happening soon. So check out the Royal Trading Academy. Also check out the Stock Option Starter Pack. That's 10 videos for you guys. You have access to those for life. We talk about how to trade, different trading strategies, my trading strategies, calls, puts, all that terminology is in that options pack. Then you want to check out my socials because I do tweet out stuff, post on TikTok, Instagram. So go check out my socials at The Wealth Prince. And lastly but not least, guys, be back here next time for another video. But for those of you who are new to this channel, make sure you guys subscribe. You know, just hit the red button. It's completely free. For those who have been around here, who are new around here, whatever, like the video, comment on the video, and share it with your friends. I got what you're making. You got what you're making. See you guys next time for another video. Peace. Game over.